Hey guys, before the video starts, this video is brought to you by Doors Coding School. Do you want to develop a high-paying, location-independent skill in 2021? Universities and coding bootcamps cost thousands of dollars and require you to drop your whole life for their program. But what if you could learn how to code over a Zoom call with an expert at your pace, schedule, and at a price tag that fits your budget? Try out Doors Coding School for just $1 for the first 2 weeks, and if you don't like your experience, you can get your dollar back, no questions asked. Check out Doors Coding School in the description below and enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we just have some good content that I have found. Let me tell you something. There's an abundance of this type of content on the forums. I like making it, you guys like watching it, so let's continue, you know what I mean? So as you can see by the title, Tale Worlds, how you succeeded to piss off the friendliest community in the video games history. Should I say less? I could end the video right here. But look, before we do start, like I always state, this is no hate towards nobody. This is no, going personally towards somebody. Nothing like that. This is entertainment. Same way that people are voicing their opinions on the forum is the same way I've voiced my opinion on my channel. Again, nothing personal. It is what it is, and we all have opinions. You know what I mean? So don't get too upset. I know I have a couple of you guys who come to my YouTube videos very upset when you see this type of content, but hey, keep coming back. You know what I'm saying? Keep coming back. Listen. All right. So let's get right to it. So I'm gonna link this down below, and I got a lot to say just off the title alone. But let's read what he has to say, and then I'm gonna give my opinion of it. Right? Alrighty. So right off the bat, there's already a warning. Flame/baiting developers, which is true. He even added them, of course. Now. Oh, and I just saw this sheep texture copy and paste that literally every single person on this forum uses. Oh my god, this is going to be such a good post. I'm actually excited. All right, let's read it. He goes, ladies and gentlemen, when I was young and Tale Worlds made really good games, I cannot remember any complaints or toxic behavior from the community. Well, yeah, because you joined in 2019. How can you... Wait a minute. When I was young, I cannot remember any complaints of toxic behavior from the community. Yeah, because you weren't part of this community. You started your account in 2019. Hello? Okay, listen, doggy. Listen, you're already capping, but alright, let's keep going. All of us were happy and just had fun with Mountain Blade Warband, and Mountain Blade, blah, blah, all the Mountain Blades. Okay? Dear FW. Okay, what is FW? Okay. Maybe it is time to make people enjoy Bannerlord. No matter is it single player or multiplayer, not making them writing tons of feedback and still being ignored. Exactly what pisses them off, huh? Maybe it's time to provide us some real game-changing updates. Hint, that is not retextured sheep in 4K, and do it more often than once a 2-month. Alright, so I'm not going to go off of how he said it. It's probably English isn't his first language. I never try to stick to somebody on that. You know what I mean? English isn't my first language, so it's fine. But I do get what he's saying, but I don't agree with it at all. Like, I understand how he said it. But here's the thing. Alright, so let's just go from the start, right? The whole I can't remember any complaints. He started his account in 2019. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? And when he was younger, of course, you didn't listen to the complaints of people on forums because you were enjoying your life as a kid. You know what I mean? So that's already kind of okay, I guess. Next, we have all of us were happy and just had fun. Okay, all right. You know what I mean? People are having fun with Bannerlord now. Like I said, it's all opinionated in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion. All of this, whether you find something fun or not fun, that is all based on the person and their perception. Something that is fun for somebody might be completely horrible for somebody else. For example, I want to say this is an extreme example, but something that a lot of people, I want to say a lot of people like doing, something that people like doing is skydiving. They love it. They love just like the adrenaline rush and all that stuff. They love skydiving, or even something more common. Let's say roller coasters, right? People love roller coasters. There's some people who don't like roller coasters. I don't like roller coasters. I've been on roller coasters. I've tried to experience it. I just don't like it. I don't like having my heart race for no, in my opinion, no enjoyable reason. But there are some people that find it very enjoyable. Same thing with video games. There's some games that people absolutely love, and some games they absolutely hate. All opinionated at the end of the day. Now, dear FW, so I'm guessing this is Tail Worlds, but okay, I don't know what the F stands for, but okay. Maybe it is time to make people enjoy Bannerlord. Again, people are enjoying Bannerlord. If you look on the reviews on Steam, if you look on the reviews on Reddit, people are enjoying Bannerlord a lot. You know what I mean? It is just this community of people who want Bannerlord to be an exact replica of Warband, just in better textures. Which is funny that people always mention this, but in reality, most people just want literally Warband 2 in better textures. Which I don't find anything wrong with that either. I think that would be kind of a cool thing if they could remaster Warband. That would be pretty cool in my opinion. And also, with that being said, I also agree that there are some things that needs to be added to make sure that Bannerlord is actually enjoyable from Warband. Feast, for example, I think should be 100% added. And yes, I do agree that sieges should be fixed, but we have gone over on why they aren't fixed yet. So I'm not going to go over that again. But they have made a statement that it would be kind of hard to make the change to sieges, and it would take them a very long time, and they would rather wait on that instead of, you know what I mean, taking a very long time, and people will be even more upset with no changes for a very long time. But that is another topic for another time. What else do we have? This whole writing tons of feedback and being ignored is a lie. I have literally, at this point, I want to say close to maybe 100 plus videos of people giving feedback, of people, you know what I'm saying, getting replies from developers. And yes, just because a developer replies doesn't mean that it's 100% going to be in the game. That's not how it works. You know what I mean? A developer might reply and say, hey, we'll look into it. We'll put it up to a vote. And if the vote says no, the vote says no. That's how it works. At the end of the day, it's their vision. Yes, they can take feedback. And yes, feedback has been put into the game before. But that doesn't mean just because there's a lot of feedback written, doesn't mean that's exactly what they have to go by. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And the whole being ignored it's not being ignored. You know what I mean? It's not. Maybe it's time to provide us some real game-changing updates. Here's one thing that I want to tell you guys, especially the people who make these forum threads, and I've been saying this for a long time. When you make this statement, just please provide like a little description, a little mini paragraph of what exactly the real game-changing updates are. I know there are some threads that do that very well. I get that, right? But when you're making statements like this, just take a little snippet of that thread and just paste it over here too, so I know exactly what you're talking about in a way. Because when you say you want real game-changing updates and then you provide absolutely nothing after that, it's very, how can I explain this? It doesn't sound genuine in my opinion. And then obviously you have the copy and paste sheep texture that we received in one of our updates that everyone loves to just put in there. And I'm gonna just say it right now, bro. It is so old of a joke that at this point, bro, just if you mention the sheep texture, that was just a little change in a patch that we got, and if you guys keep repeating it, you look silly. They won't take you seriously. It just sounds like a copy and paste of what's been posted before in the thread, and it's just it's weird. Just stop doing it. It's weird. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Like this isn't making your point any better. And then posting more often than once in 2 months. They post between 1 and 2 months. That's fine. That is fine. That's faster than a lot of other games as well, if you didn't know. That is actually pretty good pace. So, you know what I mean? I think they're doing fine. And they have stated that they do want to post a little bit less frequently, but make the post a little bit more worth it. So, that's fine. You know what I mean? Just because people are impatient doesn't mean they have to change their whole schedule. And like we've talked about, there is something, you know, that's going on in the world right now that is still going on that prevents people from, you know, meeting in an office, for example. So You know, when you're working on a project and you're not, you know, in an office together where you can easily relay information, and you have to, you know, do these Zoom calls, do regular calls, texts, emails, instead of just being there in person, guess what? That hinders a lot of things when you're working on a project that requires a team. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I know it's kind of obvious, but some people really still don't get that. But okay. Lastly, here's one thing that I want to talk about. We'll talk about some of the comments after I make the statement. So this whole notion on how this community was super friendly, like it's how can I explain this? This is like a self-report. You reported yourself. How can I explain that? I'm trying to put it into words. For example. All right. So let's say, for example, okay, so a lot of people have done this, and I'm pretty sure it's like a thing that a lot of people do. You know what I mean? Even if you don't want to admit it, it's something that you do. I feel like, have you guys ever seen those videos of what's it called? Like on YouTube, you've seen those videos, or even on Instagram or any of the social medias, where it's like a bully stands up for somebody getting bullied. Not a bully stands up. Sorry. Some kid stands up to a bully that's bullying another kid, right? You've seen those videos before, right? Like, I swear, like, I'm pretty sure everyone's been in this situation where they've seen those videos and they stand there and they think in their head, like, oh man, if I was in that situation, I would stop that bully 100%. You know what I mean? I would be the hero in that situation. Or they would watch any other situation that revolves around someone standing up to an opposing force, right? Something that, you know, a lot of people will just freeze, but that person did the right thing, stood up for that other person, and was in a way seen as a hero, right? And people in their heads think, you know, if I was in that situation, I would do the same thing. I'd be the hero. I'd stand in between, you know what I mean, the bad and the good. But then when they get put into that situation, they freeze. You know what I mean? They completely freeze. And a thing that I want to say, it's very easy to say that you're something when everything is going good. But when everything goes bad, that's when you really get tested. And what I mean by this is, you know, when everything's going good, you can say, yes, I'm the hero type. I'm the this type. You know what I mean? I would stand in between bad. But then, let's say that same person who always thinks this, but never was put into that situation, actually gets put into that situation, and they freeze up. They don't become the hero that they thought they were. You know what I mean? They always pronounce themselves as, oh, I was the hero, I was the this, I was the that. But then when the time came along, they were not that. Now, how does this relate to this situation? So he claims that this is the friendliest community, this is the friendliest this, right? The thing about being friendly, the thing about being caring, being like this good overall person, right? Because friendliness is closely related to being a good person, right? If everything's going good, if there is no mishaps, no hiccups in life, and you're a friendly person, amazing, you're a friendly person. But you really get tested on how friendly and how good of a person you are when stuff goes bad. You know what I mean? Because then you really find out who you are. Because when stuff goes bad and you change from that friendly person into a not friendly person, then you weren't really a friendly person. You were just, you know, in a way riding the wave. Everything was going good, so it was easy to be friendly. But when stuff went bad, it started becoming hard to be friendly, and you didn't want to step up and do that. So that's kind of the situation. Hopefully I explained that in a little, you know, probably not the best way, but hopefully that kind of made sense. And how it relates to this is just, you know, this whole friendly community thing. So in the forum's eyes, you know, in some of the users on the forums, in their eyes, everything was so good when Warband was out and this, and that, and the third. But now that Bannerlord came out and it wasn't the launch that they wanted, now all of a sudden it's Terrorworld's fault, not their fault for turning from this friendliest community to a toxic community. You know what I mean? They try to throw it onto somebody else. But in all reality, it's like, if you guys were the friendliest community in video games, then this little hiccup, or, you know, this little launch that you didn't like shouldn't have changed you into this toxic person if you were such a friendly person. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You should have continued being that friendly person. But this hard time in your eyes, you know what I mean? Even though it's not really a hard time, people are enjoying the game. But this hard time in your eyes has changed you into a different person, which in turn, you weren't really ever the friendliest community. You just, you were riding the wave. Everything was going smoothly. You thought everything was good. But as soon as stuff changed, you got upset. So that's kind of what I'm trying to say. So hopefully I relayed that the best way I possibly could. I got even another analogy, bro. Listen, bro. Boom. Here's another one. What's it called? A lot of people, especially when they're older, they state that they are very loyal. And when it comes to relationships, they're very loyal. Very. They would never do that. They would never, cheat on their significant other. You know what I mean? They would not do that. And people. What I've noticed. Here's what I've noticed. People who say those type of things. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. But not many people are attracted to those people, and not many people try to hit on those people when they are in that relationship. So in a way, their loyalty is never tested. You know what I'm trying to say? But and then those same people will try to go at other people and be like, oh, well, this, how can I, I'm trying to explain this in the best way. I have so much thoughts in my head. But what I'm trying to say is, the people who always say, oh, I'm the most loyal person, this, and that, their loyalty has never been tested. Let's say, for example, they were very, how can I explain this? Let's say they were in a relationship, they got into a relationship, and all of a sudden, every single day, let's say he was at work or he was wherever at the gym, this is an example. I'm using a guy as an example. Girls kept walking up to him every single day, kept flirting. Then, if that person is really loyal, then that person, you know what I'm saying? They would test their loyalty, and he would come up as, I don't know how to explain this. It's such a hard way to explain this. I feel like the first analogy was way better. But what I'm trying to say is, whatever, this is such a bad analogy. Never mind, it's not that bad of an analogy. It's just I can't get it out of my head, how to explain it. Oh, perfect. All right, so I forgot what comedian has made this joke, but some comedian have made that joke about Tiger Woods. So Tiger Woods had some scandals back in the day of him not being the most loyal person, and the comedian made the joke of what's it called? If I had a Swedish bikini team, what's it called? Kind of looking at me every time, or coming home with me every single time I'm done playing golf, then my loyalty would be, I forgot how he said it, but in a way what he's trying to say is, it's very easy to act like the loyal person and to be like, oh, I'm the most loyal, this and that, when you get no real tests of your loyalty, when you don't really get other people coming up to you, testing your loyalty, saying, hey, let's go do something, this, you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know if I'm explaining it the best way. I'm going to move off this subject. But what I'm trying to say is, this title right here, it's like, if they were the friendliest community, then they shouldn't be this upset, because they should still be friendly regardless of the situation going around them, if that kind of makes sense. But all right, that was a really bad analogy. That wasn't I don't know. Let's move on. Some guy replied, why not develop your own game and start modding and pop up some monthly updates for us, my dude? Sounds like a really easy job. And he goes, do it yourself argument. Nice try, bud. I said bud. I said nice try, dude. Well, what he's trying to say with this response is pretty much, hey, it's not the easiest thing to do. It's very easy to say. But, yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes you need to take the falling star route, flash for a brief moment in your full glory, and get perma banned. I don't think he's going to get banned for this. Better that than living in the shadow. Sure, sorry for my mistakes. Better than living in the shadow, bro. That's so dramatic, bro. This guy's out here being a poet and stuff. That is dramatic. It is not that dramatic, bro. It's really not that deep. I'm confused. Weren't Were you not claiming about getting a refund and keep your journey to somewhere else far from here? He's getting called out, bro. He's getting called out, bro. He said, unfortunately, I can't get a refund anyways. I have uninstalled this game, but I hope one day I can reinstall and play it again. Bro, what are you doing, bro? This is another thing that I've talked about, bro. Look, if I don't like a game, I'm not going to make a forum account and then just post this type of stuff. I'm going to go on with my life. I'm going to go find another game to play. I'm going to go find something else to do. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, this is such a weird thing to do. Like, how do you, as a person, be like, you know what I mean? I hate this game so much. I'm trying to get a refund. You then don't get the refund. And what you do instead is you go on the forums and you just start posting stuff like this. Like, what? Bro, just move on. Just move on. If you didn't like it, just move on, bro. It baffles me. I don't know how you could. I don't know how. I don't know what would be going through people's heads sometimes. I really don't know. Yeah, this is a good one right over here. Right here. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? People are gonna. Okay, I think that I'm gonna end the video here. But what's one thing that's crazy? Watch. Just see if in the comments some person is going to try to, in a way, say I'm somehow, going on terrorist sides, even though I've literally said nothing about them in this. Like, this has been more about just like, you know what I mean, past the game. But watch someone say that and then say, oh, well, actually, he's kind of right on some points here. I promise you there will be a commenter who's going to be like, he's coming from a bad place, but, I kind of agree with his point, man. There's going to be a guy like that in my comments. I already know it. And to that guy, I have to say, bro, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? Stop. Just calm down. Just stop. Don't do that. All right? But listen, that's going to do it for me. What an amazing piece of content. Sensational. Amazing. I have another one coming up, too. I'm about to record it right after this, but stay safe, boys.